All right, so the whole reason that we here crashed to the downside was because of the trade war here between the. All right, so the whole reason that we crashed it to the downside. All right, so the whole reason we crashed it to the downside is because the president announced a potential new trade war with China. But it turned out that it was completely, utterly unnecessarily, because apparently the president was just having a misunderstanding with China. Okay, this is quite wild, but we had this crash here to the downside on Bitcoin because people were scared about the new trade war. What we saw is, for example, the stock market here having a massive crash to the downside right over here. On the left, this is the S&P 500, and this over here on the right side is Bitcoin. So what we saw here, of course, stock market having a massive crash to the downside, Bitcoin pretty much following, big liquidations, but it turned out that it was all a massive misunderstanding. So, okay, there we go. So that kind of settles it. This whole crash to the downside was pretty much completely, utterly unnecessary because there wasn't really any reason. But anyway, this crash, the fact that we had this crash to the downside, I mean, if I go here to Bybit, it's a little bit more clear. You can see a big candle to the downside. But if you go to, for example, some crappy coins here like Cardano, I mean, look at this big candle here to the downside. Look at all of these longs here getting absolutely destroyed and liquidated. I mean, we go to XRP, look at all these longs being absolutely obliterated. But that's very good for the whole crypto space, because if all these longs are liquidated, that means that we're going to have more power here moving further to the upside. Just get those speculators wiped out, and that is going to be extremely good here for the space. So again, just to quickly give a summary, it turned out that there was this whole debate about China and the president having this new trade war going on, and it's all about chips and rare earth materials, and that's why the stock market crashed. Bitcoin also followed, and then a lot of people got liquidated, but then the president came out and he said that it's all a misunderstanding, and so now we are here where we had this big crash to the downside and nobody has any clue on what's about to happen. But I potentially do have a clue on what's going to happen, and that is that if this is all a big misunderstanding, we should just recover back to the upside and not much is going to change. So we still have the negative funding rate here, as you guys can actually see. So what I'm again going to be looking at is I still have my big long position open on Ethereum, which is like 500,000 profit, but we still have the negative funding rate. We're still completely fine. I'm going to be right over here depositing here some extra money right over here on Blofin, and then I'm going to be looking to trade with that, and I'm going to give you guys an update here inside my private channel, which is over here on the website if you want to join the VIP channel. If you sign up over here with Blofin, and then here you just claim your reward, you claim your bonus, and then you fill in over here your user ID here, you will get access here to my private VIP channel where I will actually post my next trade. So this is again a non-KYC exchange here with the biggest bonus so far, Blofin. So check it out. I'm going to be depositing here very soon on the exchange, and I'm going to be posting some new trades as well on that. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen. We have the negative funding rate still. I mean, if this is all a massive misunderstanding, I mean, we were about here to break the bottom high, then I think we should have a very quick and sudden recovery back here to the upside. So if I go here also to gold, I mean, gold is going absolutely nuts. So this is the gold price correlated here together with Bitcoin. What are you seeing is that the Bitcoin price and gold price have a one-to-one correlation pretty much. If Bitcoin goes, if gold goes to the upside, Bitcoin tends to follow, because Bitcoin is pretty much like digital gold. So what we're seeing right now is this massive rally over here on gold, and Bitcoin is laying behind. But every single time we saw a massive rally on gold here, basically for the last 2 years, look at this, Bitcoin pretty much 100% followed. Sometimes Bitcoin would rally a little bit early, sometimes gold would rally, but overall you can see the same thing playing out. Which right now, we're seeing the same thing where gold is going up massively. Where's the Bitcoin price? Why is the Bitcoin price not following? Now, we also saw that there was a crash here on gold as well, but it wasn't as big as on Bitcoin, for example. So it's just a matter right now of, I think, again, waiting for this price here to recover. And what I think is going to happen is, because we have all this liquid, all these people getting liquidated here, and we pretty much bounce here very quickly to the upside, that shows us we have enough strength here in the market. If we start recovering here and we take out the shorts, we have very little resistance here, especially in short-term traders, that's going to hold us back. So that's what I'm pretty much looking at here. I mean, we got the speculators out here of the market, and that is going to give such a big rocket boost the moment we're going to break here above the all-time high, especially on these altcoins, because they're just kind of holding the Bitcoin down, the speculators. But with them, all of them cleared out of the way, this should be looking very, very juicy. So we're going to just kind of bet here on the gold price. We're just going to have to keep an eye out on the gold price, but I think eventually the Bitcoin price is going to follow it. And so that's pretty much here what I'm waiting for. So again, I am going to deposit here on Blofin. I'm going to open here some trades here as well, right over here on the futures contract. So if you want to be joining and seeing my trades, you can join here the VIP channel. It's completely for free. Just sign up here on one of these exchanges over here. I'm going to be using Blofin. Just sign up here with the bonus and then fill in your user ID right over here and then get the access code here. So make sure you fill in all of these things right over here. So link for this, again, is in the description. Just check it out. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end this video. Hope to see you guys, of course, in my next video. Bye-bye.